has been the leader.
Two seniors, Calathis and Lavender now. Lavender's 5'7" as opposed to the 6'10" Calathis, but they do it the same. Both have had a quick first step. Lavender is so good on the ball defensively and sets a tone for this team. But you know, he can get out and shoot the jump.
5 for 5 behind the arc. He's getting the job done for Xavier here in the second half.
Game tied at 30 apiece. Lavender. Beautiful ball. His career ends at BYU. Last two baskets for Lavender.
Lavender with those 5 assists in the first half, but he got his offense going in the second half. Those last 2 baskets he scored, very similar. This kid is a fabulous leaper, and if you can't go through the zone, well, go over it. Oden goes the quickness of Mike Conley. Here he waits till Oden comes, gets Oden off his... Drew Lavender. This is with no time left on the shot clock, and he just...
Couple of his shots, and then Drew Lavender, a point guard, a guy that can really penetrate.
Drew Lavender, all 5 feet 7 inches. His patented move, the teardrop. And Xavier on top by 7.
And Drew Lavender all had tremendous seasons. Each stepped up and provided great leadership when it was needed most.
Now, Drew Lavender is the cerebral point guard for the Xavier University basketball team as he gets around defenders, can distribute, little quick draw there with the step back fade. I mean, Drew Lavender has done everything, palms it from downtown. You know, when
Xavier, when things were looking tough, they had lost the... Can move from one side to the other in no time. Here's Xavier. A guy who can move. Breakaway.
Off of dunks. First we show you though Drew Lavender able to stretch the defense, shooting better than 40%.
And the ability to throw a floater, he just has so many gears. A little kiss in downtown.
To get Prince off on the offensive end, but it was great athleticism.
And it's a great pass, as you see, that quick ball movement anytime you move the ball.
Drew Lavender back in the game. Duncan pulls for 3 and hits.
Same thing now. See if they go Duncan, Nichols. That leaves Raymond open.
The 1-3-1 in the first half. Very confusing. So quick, pops that jumper.
That the other freshmen tonight, Walker and Brown, have done themselves very proud.
Drew Lavender handling, foul line jumper.
Traffic.
Lavender is pretty quick right here. Uses that right hand to push his teammate Dolman away, and then nobody stops him. He just pulls up.
A little bit better, but Drew Lavender, every time he's got an open look, he's been able to drain threes. He's been the difference for Xavier, while Dolman has struggled to get it going.
Mark, we talked about how this is a big game for Xavier, but it's a big game for Dayton as well, because we're talking about a rivalry. I mean, already...
And the reason is because he's playing like one of the best point guards in the nation. He finds people, makes them better. Xavier with 6 guys in double figures. Now Lavender had a slow start.
Raymond. The end.
Xavier, different looks.
Lavender recognizes Dolman from deep.
Well, you don't want to get looks if they continue to move the ball. And the alley-oop for...
He has 8. In the corner. Cage from deep. Count it.
You see Bishop, absolutely one of those guys who you look to be a slasher, but he gets an open shot.
Lost it. Picked up Lavender. Lead pass. Dolman. And he'll lay this one in.
Stanley Burrell.
Lavender aggressively.
Obviously, from the moment he touched the ground here at Xavier, he became...
This is the first time we've seen zone tonight out of Kansas State. And free throws.
They extend the defense there. The ball finally gets to Lavender, and he rolls
On the sideline, extremely animated.
Lavender.
Outlet pass. Held the ball with 2 hands. Lavender wasn't aware there was someone near him.
Here's Lavender forcing the issue. And this is where they're tough. They run that ball screen form. He penetrates and kicks. Brown for 3. What a stop.
Sandoval, and here comes Drew Lavender is back into the game. Little stop and go dunk. He's a great 3-point shooter. Bang.
Lavender chewing up some clock, puts at that.
Nice little use of his screen. And Missoula with the courage to make the dish. At the other
clock at 5. Drew Lavender, I don't think he realizes it. He does now. He pulls from deep.
On the floor. They got a chance here.
Lavender, spot up 3, Raymond.
Does that look from...
That's impressive. The shot clock down to 8. Drew Lavender can't leave him open. From the side,
Slippage against Western Kentucky. Here's a mental mistake on the inbounds. That
Lavender,
Here's the pin down, the automatic defensive change. Screen from Raymond. Lavender. How about him?
At the beginning of this game, they came out on fire. Lavender.
Slice pass. Whoa! Well,
Shot doesn't even catch rim. You got to get a better look than that. Burrell.
Out. Good rebounder, sees the floor, dribbles the ball. Lavender trying to go coast to coast, and then he dishes down to Duncan. Don't ask him about the size, doesn't matter. Up and in. 65, the do-it-all guy. Lavender behind the line, takes the three. Oh!
And try to get some fouls, get him on the free throw line. That's how scorers get going.
Lavender gave up the dribble, passed it.
Xavier rebounds, and they're going to get that ball quickly to Lavender. And quickly the finger roll.
The quick shot results in Lavender breaking down the defense.
The high screen, get into gaps, and that one rolls right in. Late game management, when you got a true Lavender as a senior point guard who runs the show.
7, down to 6, down to 5, down to 4. Lavender floater, yes!
Lavender wide open, decides not to take it, gives it up to Burrell.
We've talked about this now for a week, but you go back to Wes Unseld, I think, to find an outlet passer like him. And in traffic,
They have no McDonald's All-Americans on their team as Lavender penetrates.
They got a few whoppers, I'll tell you that.
Burrell for three. Got it!
To Drew Lavender, boy, he just makes things happen.
And you know, Tom, when you make a move like that, it really opens.
Placed in an induced coma for 3 weeks and was on a respirator for 16 days. This is when he was at Arizona. Lavender.
Grill of Lavender. He knows if he takes him out of his comfort zone, they will be less apt to be very aggressive.
Now they're pushing both teams out on the perimeter. Raymond wants to dish it deep and hits. He can eat anything he wants after knocking off the 2-seed back door.
They've been able to protect Michael Beasley for the last 5 minutes with 2 fouls.
5 on the clock. Duncan sets a high screen. Duncan wants 3 deep. Yes!
Little backdoor to Lavender, unable to make a drive on it. And now he hands it off to Brown.
Came up with nothing. And that's bad news for both sides. For Xavier, you don't want guys to get that many opportunities.
Dolman kicks it out Lavender. He's got Raymond with them. Raymond. Beautiful body. They reverse it. Lavender lets it go. And hit.
Spinney matched up with Justin Cage down low. A little mismatch there, but Drew Lavender gets a little help off the screen.
Dolman from downtown.
For BYU.
In the corner, Raymond. And he hits it.
Coach with Xavier said he's had a chance to watch the Panthers some this year. Really thinks they've got a great team.
They lost the game. Lavender the other way. Tips it up and in with 6 seconds. Inside, nice play.
46-41 inside. Oh, what the fuck?
How about the... A lot like Xavier's trying to use DJ Augustine, but for my money, the best pure point guard in the country to control and dictate the entire game.
Mute with a double-double. He's 13 and 13. Sean Miller's going to send 3 fresh players onto the court. It's on the court.
And it comes to Josh Duncan.
Just a poor pass there. He had a wide open layup.
Lavender gets Xavier on the ball.
Happy to hear he's in good health, returning home. Anderson, yes.
When he got hit on that, tried to draw in contact, but wasn't enough.
Burrell for 3. Got it.
No good. And Ferguson bobbles the rebound. Here come the Musketeers. Lavender to Burrell for 3. It's good.
And going to the hoop. Nice jump hook for Ferguson. Remember, went to Vince Carter's basketball camp to work on that face-up game, and really looks a lot more comfortable out there.
It's amazing what Matt Painter's been able to do with 4 freshmen who play big minutes in this Purdue lineup. And that shot is...
Duncan tries to post up inside. Shot clock at 5. Lavender launches, and it's good.
Defense, still a lot of time.
Wide open, down low, and Brett.
Very versatile 6'8" forward.
Nice screen by Duncan for Lavender. Making the move from small to power forward with a lot of power on that move. Lavender answers, though.
4 minutes to go in this one. Drew Lavender, the senior, and Xavier led by Burrell and Lavender, a pair of seniors in the back. At the Scott Trade Center in St. Louis, A-10 battle between the 14th ranked Xavier.
Of being an elite player, you have to be able to focus, and these are kids, so it's going to be hard.
Vaughn lost the ball, and Lavender's got it for Xavier. And now the 53-pound senior from Columbus, Ohio, started his college career at Oklahoma. And there's a
nice job by Cincinnati to get back. As I said, Xavier likes to run.
Lavender takes a jumper and hits.
The last second. Passes batted away by the quick Lavender. Here comes Vaughn. An easy two for 5 seconds to go. Here's Lavender. 3 seconds remaining in the half. Duncan from way out.
The forte of the Wildcats.
No, in fact, that's exactly what Xavier wants to because of this. Now they can get up and down and play 94.